Good morning. I'm doing this video this morning to help those of you that are thinking about buying a guitar and you don't want to break the bank because you want to learn guitar. The guitar group that I lead with Lawton Higgs, now we all talk about guitars, so we're talking about reviews, but this one is for people that are thinking about it. They've heard the horror stories of buying a guitar that's just unplayable, and then you spent 80 to $100 for something that you can't even use. But I'm going to talk to you about one that I actually bought, and I didn't buy it for beginning. I bought it because it's carbon fiber, but it's turned out to be a great, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to put this up here. This is Amazon. It's a Enya Nova Go carbon fiber. It's $149. And I'm fixing to show it to you. It's got great reviews, and there's a reason it has great reviews. Not only do you get the guitar, which that's it back there. I'm going to show it to you in a second. It comes with a packet. It comes with an instruction manual. That's a strap, a set of strings, a polishing cloth. But it's really a good little guitar. Now, this guitar is a smaller. It's 35 inches. So, this is what one would call a half-size guitar, as opposed to, like you can see behind me on the bottom row there's a Taylor Mini GS, and then there's one a little bit bigger, then there's a big Dreadnought, and then a big bass. A typical Dreadnought guitar, a normal size guitar, is 41 inches. This is 35 inches from here up to the end of the headstock, so it makes it real easy to grip. But it's carbon fiber. Now, the reason I bought it is because my wife and I go camping, and carbon fiber guitars, depending on how well they're made, some of them cost over $2,000 for the bigger ones with electronics and things like that. But carbon fiber, unlike all these guitars in my room, and I don't know if you can see over my shoulder right there, there's the humidifier going, and I have a hygrometer over that Believe in Yourself sign, because humidity can ruin a wooden acoustic guitar, just like the elements can. If I buy a guitar and I bring it home and it's cold, I actually let the guitar acclimate, sometimes as much as a day, to the new environment before I'll even open the case. But that's not the case with this. These suckers are almost indestructible. They're carbon fiber. Everything is made of carbon fiber. It still looks good. It's not a toy. It's got a nice little sound hole right here, and then it has a sound hole right here that you can hear when you're playing it. It actually projects fairly well. This guitar doesn't sound bad. Saw me pounding on it a little. It can play, so it's got a beautiful sound for a carbon fiber. And it's the same with the headstock. It's got good closed tuning keys. The tuning gears work really well. And let me tell you, when I took it out of the box, I had it shipped from Amazon. It was cold. It was in the 40s. It had been in a truck. And when I picked it, I immediately opened it. I didn't let it acclimate. And it was cold. When you touched it, it was cold. This sucker was still in tune. It's amazing. But we're talking about $149. There we go again. I'm sorry, I'm not a YouTuber. You're not going to get all that fancy on-screen video display. So what I'm telling you is there's a lot of guitars you can get. This one is a smaller scale, like a typical average big guitar is a 25.5 scale, 24.75. Now, scale means from the bridge saddle to the nut. The nut is where it crosses the end of the neck and goes into the headstock. Well, this is called a 0 fret nut. In other words, the nut doesn't matter. It's set the way it is, but it does come right here. You can see where the logo is. You can take that off and you can adjust the truss rod. I realize you may not know what I'm talking about, but a guitar having a truss rod means that you can take an Allen wrench, and they've provided it in the package, and a luthier, or you, if you know what you're doing, can take this off and you can adjust the bow of the neck to where the action on the strings isn't so high, making it harder to fret. Now, some guitars like high action, but typically for a beginner, you don't want a high action. You want something that the strings are easy to push. And they are easy to push. You don't have to bite down, which, is what causes the calluses. Guitar players have calluses on their fingers, and that's probably the most painful thing that a young guitarist or even an old person learning to play guitar has to go through. Now, this has 12 gauge strings on it. They're not painful. Most big guitars ship with 13 gauge strings, meaning they're thicker. Now, if you change these strings, you're liable to change the action. And the action is the distance. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you to see this, but how far that distance in between the string and the fret. So the higher the action away from the fret, the harder it is to push down. This guitar has great action right off the bat. Now, you could carry it to Bailey Brothers local, or you could do it yourself or get a guitar person. They could take that truss rod if you change the strings to a lighter gauge, like maybe a 10 gauge, which makes it even easier to push. But this is easy to hold. It does have strap pegs. It's not electric, but it's got a great sound. You could carry it to Oak Mountain. You could carry it outside. Not that I would recommend, but if it rained on you and it got wet, it's not going to kill it. It would ruin one of my acoustics. But we're talking about $149. I don't know. They've been on Amazon. Oh, and they come in different colors, man. They got pink, they got purple, they got everything. And normally, I don't do these. But part of the reason that I'm expressing my hobby on Facebook is to teach, to help young people grow for the love of a guitar and learn things the right way. And the worst thing, I see this happening, it breaks my heart. I mean, like so many of my other friends, we worked our tails off back in the 70s just to buy a decent guitar. It was an expensive guitar. I mean, I cut grass for 3 summers to be able to buy an Epiphone, just so I had a decent guitar instead of one of those with a wide neck that you could barely grip hold of. This is $149. I've seen people, and it's a shame, that are spending over $1,000 to buy their kid a guitar, and the kid doesn't even want to play guitar, and it winds up sitting in a closet. Yeah, this is $149, but it's a good little guitar. And a typical guitar, a typical guitar that is a decent guitar that musicians that can play, they're going to start around $500+. There are guitars that easily sell for over $5,000. And so this is an alternative for those of you that want to start playing, those of you that have kids that may be interested in playing, and it's practically indestructible because this is not wood. This is carbon fiber. The whole thing is carbon fiber. But come on, listen to that. I mean, there's your in some start of a 12-bar blues. But I mean, you can get this for your kid and not break the bank. So I hope this helps. I really do.
Hey guys, welcome. It's Thomas here, and today I am going to be unboxing one of my many Nova Go guitars. You can see I've already unboxed like 9 of them, and this will be number 10, but I wanted to show everyone what it was like when you open up these guitars, what you get, and why, for me, I think this is the best guitar for my students. So let's get into it. All right, so first thing you get is you get this nice box. It's well put together, but the cool thing is when you open it up, the packaging is super attractive, and you can see it back there. I really like this, and I know that doesn't make a lot of deal to a lot of people, but remember, keep in mind, for me, I teach kids. When a kid sees this and they open it up, they think, oh, this is awesome. They're excited. It's cool. When they look at it, they're like, wow, this looks exciting. It's well done and put together. And then again, when you open it up, this is super cool. So I love this case. It's got this, like, I know it's going to get scratched up and marred up, but it looks cool. And it's going to protect this guitar super well. It's very modern. It's not like a traditional guitar case. Zippers are very well made. It's good quality. I don't anticipate me having any issues with this. They're heavy duty. And then the strap, which we'll get into after, which is really a big selling for me, is it's latched on there really well. It looks really nice. It's like a clamshell type thing. And when you open it up, inside it's felt lined, which I like. It really is going to take care of the guitar, especially with a carbon fiber, polymer, whatever you want to call it, composite guitar. I think this is more than ideal. And honestly, it's my preference because it makes it a smaller package. And you're going to notice everything on this is a smaller package on it. It's just, everything's a great size for kids, for younger people, for people with smaller hands. Everything's wonderful like that. So nice Velcro to hold the guitar in place, which I think is essential for these kind of cases. It's not just your cheap gig bag. So anyway, then we get into the guitar. I love that it came with this kind of like, it's like in couches, when you buy a couch, you get the cover with that, which probably keeps it from scratching in the factory or something. But you know, some people might even just keep this in the case if they want to take super good care of it or whatever. Take care of it. It's nice. It looks cool, and it's just a nice material. It's not just a cheap plastic cover that came with it. The strings, which I loved, were covered for protection, probably from moisture or whatever shipping. It was just smart that they did that. I've bought a lot of guitars. I think I own 40 some now right now, and it's well presented, well put together. I love it. The guitar itself. So when I look at this guitar, there's a lot of reasons why I like it for kids. This guitar here, first and foremost, it's a one-piece construction. So if you look there close, you can see it's all one piece. That means less things that are going to break off it or come off it or whatever. The bridge, from what I can tell looking at them, I think it was made in like a preformed thing, which is super great. It's really good quality, I think, especially for younger people, because if you ding this or hit it or whatever, it's rounded sides, it's not going to hurt people. The form of it's small. It's got this nice rounded back, and I think that does well in the projection. And then as I'm turning around, you'll notice it has a sound hole up here. It's the predominant sound hole. So this has I think a really cool logo on it, which Enya did a great job at, which is cool. But then they've got this awesome sound hole, which faces right up to you when you play. So I really like that as well. The bridge pins are matching to the guitar. We chose black. I think there's like 6 different colors. I bought 10 of them, and I bought them all in black. And the reason why is because I didn't want to have the kids fight over the colors. And I just thought the black looked the sharpest of them. The tuners, I've been tuning up all these guitars. They're good quality tuners. They're probably a 15-to-1 or an 18-to-1 ratio. They're completely all right for a student guitar. They're great, and they're not too, like, they don't catch or anything like that. They're smooth, and they tune well. And, you know, I've had the other one for over a month. I don't have to tune it very often, and I play it probably 3 or 4 times a day of the one that I bought myself. So I have no problems with the tuners. They're really good. And then the other thing I want to show you on here, which I thought was a really unique thing, is if you look in here, the truss rod, they built it all in one piece and then kind of slid the truss rod in, I think. I'm not really sure how they did it, but it's super cool. However they did it, they have this little rubber piece. Now, traditionally, you'll have like a screw and a cover or something like that. I love this especially for just, it's more novel, it's fun, and it's easy. You just push it back into place, and then you're ready to go. So it's not hard to get off, to take off. I don't anticipating us having to use it much. We'll talk about what it comes with later in the case, but you can adjust the intonation. But if you look, I bought 10 of these. They're all spot on the exact same. Now, I don't know if that's because it's made of a carbon fiber, polymer, or whatever it is, that it's easier to make it to a specific specification. Whatever it is, every single one of them, I have 9 of them over there. They all tuned up super well, super easy. You can pull this out, and I'll tune it up here in a minute. You can tune it up, and you can be playing within 5 minutes. If you're a regular player, get it all together, tune it up, get it playing. This classifies it as a half-size guitar. It's definitely not a half-size guitar. The body might be, but I even doubt that. Because it's thinner, they might be saying, well, it's half the width, but it's not a half-size guitar. Definitely, the neck is a great scale length. It's kind of like a Gibson style. Maybe it's 24. I don't know exactly, but the feel of it makes me feel like that of the neck with a smaller body. Easy to play, and it's going to be great for all ages. The neck is a little thin in a good way, so it's not like a big, chunky, thick neck. It is a little wider than I would expect from a half-size guitar, thinking this is going to be a toy at first, but it's not. It's definitely a well put together instrument. Now, I'm going to tune it up here in a minute, but first thing, I want to show you what else comes with it. So, over here, it comes with a set of strings, and I've gotten 2 different packs of the strings when I open it up. Some of them have what look like to be D'Addario strings, like the standard colored ones, and then these ones. I've not tried these ones yet, but I do know the first one I bought, I took the strings off, and they did have the colored dots on there, making me think that it's probably D'Addario strings or it's from the same factory. These ones do not, but some of the packs did come with those. So you might get a good set. Again, I don't know if these are good or not, but they're nice to have a spare. The other things that come in it, which is cool, is a cleaning cloth, the truss rod adjustment, which I said I probably won't use that very much, and then what I think is the greatest feature of this guitar, especially for kids, and just it's fun. It makes it a lot easier. So inside here, like I said, there's a little pouch you can put in all the stuff in, but what came with it was these 2 things, and this to me is a cool option that when you put it on, you just stick them on your strap pegs right there. It takes a minute. There we go. Put one on the top. I think this one goes on the top, the longer one, but I'm not 100% sure. Put this one on the bottom. I don't think it would matter. When I put it together, I think I tried it both ways, and I personally preferred it being on the top. Put these on. They just take a minute to get on. The nice thing about this is they are very snug, but they fit in super well. They fit in very precise. And once you get them on, you never have to take them off. So that's the strap for the guitar. And you think of, well, how do I do that? The cool thing is you look at the case. The case has these little metal pieces on here. And you just clip this off. Clip it off there. Clip it off of here. I'm going to set the case down now because we've kind of looked at all of that. I'll have to adjust this because I am bigger than the size it comes. And you just clip these on, which is so cool. So I clip this one on here, make sure I got it the right way. There we go. Put on. Put it on here. Yeah, there we go. I've got a strap. I love this, and I love this for a lot of reasons. The main reason I love it is because it's super easy to set it up and play it, and the idea is it almost comes with everything you need to play. I'm going to tune it up, I'm going to show you how it sounds, and then I'll do my final thoughts with, when I say almost, why I think that this is super, like probably the best one under $300, but the 2 things I would probably add to make this just a perfect package. So let's tune it up real quick. So there I'm done. I'm done tuning, under a minute. It sounds good. I love these guitars. Only things I would want to see happen is I would love to see that you can take this out of the box and from the very beginning be able to play without anyone else's help and get started. And the 2 things I think that would help that is adding a pick, which would be super cheap, and adding a tuner. like I said, I'd pay 10 bucks more if it had a tuner built in. To do those two things, I think this would be the ideal, and even as is, I think it's the best option. For kids, for people with smaller hands, people just learning. You can get them in 6 cool different colors. Everything said and done, I really like this guitar. Anyway, thanks. Have a great day.
Immediately I can tell you the action's great. Kind of looking for some bad spots or anything on the neck. If you play A blues, you're happy you know you can reach that pentatonic there. Shaking the intonation sounds great.
It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best, try everything you can, and don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. Hey, you know you're all the same. You know you're doing better on your own. So don't buy in. Be right now. Be yourself. It doesn't matter if you're good enough for someone else. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Do your best, do everything you can, and don't you worry what the bitter hearts are gonna say. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright, alright. Just
Hello friends, this is the Enya Novo acoustic guitar. It's 100% carbon fiber, so there's no wood, nothing to be affected by the heat or the cold or the sun. There's a little vent here in front that is where the sound hole would normally be. There's another sound hole here. There's a button at each end for a guitar strap. It comes with a strap, a hex wrench to adjust the truss rod, and it has cast sealed tuning pegs, and it's got a 0 fret, and there's 22 frets. The bridge is fixed, it's molded, it doesn't come off. There's a bone saddle, and for me the action is a little bit high, but this is a half-size guitar, great for a beginner, and I injured my hand, so I'm trying to get back into the game, so I thought this might be good for me. It has a nice sound. I can't play, but it has a very nice sound. And it's indestructible. It comes with a padded gig bag. But that's really all you need because it's not going to be affected by water or heat. So I love it. It's the action's a little low for me. I don't know if that can be compensated for with the truss rod. But it fills up the room nice. You can tell I can't play, but Enya Novo acoustic guitar. There is an electric version. But this acoustic I like because it's got a thin profile like an electric, so it's easier for me to play with a bad hand. And 20 frets, and the dots are here on the side, so there's none on the actual fretboard. And like I said, there's no wood here whatsoever. It's all carbon fiber. I could probably dip this in water, but you can throw it in the trunk, leave it in the car, hang it on the wall, and don't have to worry about it drying out. So friends, anyway, Enya Novo acoustic guitar. I really love it. It's inexpensive. It's a half-size guitar. It would be great for a student. And I can't say enough about it. I play a lot more because it hangs on the wall. I can just go grab it. It's not a real big thing. So anyway, friends, try it out. Enya Novo acoustic guitar.
Try to get it into focus. Okay.